Welcome back to another episode of the BarberShip Cuts podcast, where real barbers talk real life. Today, we're diving deeper than the chair. We're tapping into growth, business, the mindset behind success, and the journey that keeps barbers pushing forward. If you're a barber, a student, or just someone chasing purpose, this one is for you. Let's get into it.
BarberShip podcast.
What's your name? Where you guys come from? How long y'all been cutting hair?
My name is Josue Huerta, and came from Modesto. Been there for a couple years now. I rent a chair at the moment from someone that I know, and so previously I did own a barbershop for 9 years, and so I think some people might think of it kind of going backwards, but for me it's nice to just come in and just focus on cutting hair, go home at the end of the day, not have to worry about anything. And I've been doing that for 13 years now, cutting hair.
That's great. I'm right there with you, bro. That's good.
My name is Fernando Perez, Sacramento. Me and Marcus co-own the Gentleman's Cutlery Barbershop in downtown Sac. We have 2 locations, and I've been cutting hair for 13 years.
Oh, that's good, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My name is Marcus Irvin. Originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, but live in Sacramento. As Fernando mentioned, we've been in business together since 2017 that we started the Gentleman's Cutlery. We were friends before, and we're still working on our friendship now, but business partners now. But I'm just joking. But and I've been cutting cutting hair for about 21 years. My senior year of high school, started cutting my own hair and just kind of kept at it from there. Yeah.
All right. So that makes sense why you like the Colts.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
100%. Yeah, that's
Okay, I got you. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you like a football team?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 5-time champions.
Oh, there you go. And then there you go. There you go. There you go.
Sorry. It's San Francisco.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm from the Bay. That's where I come from.
Okay.
Then I moved to Sac, so yeah. I actually lived in the East Bay, Oakland, Hayward, but always been a Niner fan.
Okay. All right. Oh, so what about you, bro?
When the pandemic hit and sports kind of fell off, I kind of fell off too. So I just watch sports to enjoy it now. I don't have a team or nothing like that. So
Okay.
if the majority is rooting for someone, I'll rejoice with them. I'll be happy and go from there.
All right. Well, I tell y'all already know. I'm a straight Raider fan. So I used to live in Oakland the majority of my life. And I came back out here in 2003. So that's why I'm still, with my guys.
When you say coming back out here, what do you mean? Back out to?
So I was born here.
It's not.
Yeah, I have a lot of family that's here. And then we moved when I was maybe about 1 to Oakland. So we lived out there for the majority of my life. But then we bounced around. We went to Richmond, San Francisco, Vallejo, but Oakland was like 17 years plus, probably like that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What made you want to take barbering seriously?
So I grew up in a house where my mom was a barber and a beautician. So before I was born, like she took cosmetology in high school in the early 80s. So that's all I remember her doing when I was a kid, was doing hair at home. So I think it came naturally. I always remember seeing like the relationship she had with her clients, and just the friendship, and then like the feeling she got from making her clients look better. That always kind of appealed to me. I wasn't so much into like the art of it, but just seeing the relationship she had. And I think once I decided my senior year to start messing with my own hair and getting better at it, messing up, getting better, then I was like, oh man, I might want to follow in her footsteps. And I think the other thing real quick was just seeing like some of it started coming naturally. Like I didn't know how to fade or anything, but like lineups and a steady hand, I was like, oh man, there might be something here. So I think that kind of got me thinking about seriously. It might be something I should try.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I want to say too, we are very similar.
Oh,
My
okay.
mom was a beautician, and I was raised in the shop too.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, so it's exactly the same.
Crazy.
More than what you think.
Got you.
Well, we'll talk more.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah.
So, I didn't grow up with the barbershop mentality. I actually didn't even know how barbers got paid. But once I figured it out, I was like, if I do the if I do the math, in my mathematics, it's like, yo, like this is money. Like this is, people go to college 4 years, come out with a degree and make X amount. You go to learn how to cut hair, establish relationship with your clients, learn how to network. And this, it opens a lot of doors, and it's like, it's a good outcome. So for me, I saw it when I took it serious. I saw kind of like an unlimited of opportunities. You may never know who's gonna sit in your chair. That person might be an entrepreneur. You might do business down the line.
That's fact.
Kind of connecting the dots. So for me, I love the freedom of that, like being able to grow with your clients in a business aspect. But not only that, like you're providing a service, you're making them feel happy. They like the service, their haircut, and it just kind of from there it took off. Like for me, like I seen like you could grow a lot and a lot of opportunity come back through cutting hair.
That's so much true, man.
Yeah, well, for me, kind of similar. I didn't grow up around it, but my stepdad at the time was a barber, and so I kind of was like, oh, that seems pretty cool. But since I didn't know nothing about it, I bounced around some other ideas, being X-ray tech, physical therapist, electrician.
That's right.
And at the time, a lot of that stuff was going to take 4 or 6 years of schooling. So I was like, I don't know if right after high school if I want to go back to school that long. And when I found out, barbering was about, 10, 11, 12 months or so, I was like, you know what? Let me just try this. And I think my mentality going into it, since I didn't know about it, I was like, I'm going to take this seriously. So that way I know fully whether at the end of this, if I'm going to like it or not. So I fully committed to it. And so from the get-go, mentally, I was like, I'm going to take this seriously. I'm going to take any client that comes into my chair, any kid that comes in my chair, and just give it my all. So that way I can again, by the end of this, I can know fully, am I going to stick with it? Do I like this? So I don't have any regrets in choosing this career.
All right.
What's up? Nice.
You want to say something?
No. I was saying that's what's up. That's nice. Yeah.
When you look back now, what moment made you say, I'm really in this? It's like that aha moment, like what?
Well, for me, I think could be many moments, but one that I was thinking of was, I think it was my first or second year cutting licensed, and this older gentleman, this gentleman in his 40s, very youthful gentleman. He was going to my stepdad at the time, but once he realized I was cutting hair, he told him, "Hey, I'm gonna start going to your son because I'm investing in my future. I want to be, long gone before he even retires or thinks about retiring." So he invested in me for his future. So I'm like, oh, I can't go nowhere now. I'm locked in. So it was little moments like that I'm like, I'm already starting to affect people's, lives even at early on in my career.
That's a good one, man.
I would say for me, kind of what I mentioned earlier, just seeing I had like a little bit of a natural knack for it, at least with just the steady hand. I never was a artist or big drawer growing up, so I kind of boxed myself in. I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to cut hair, but something about the clippers and holding that and kind of getting the line straight, the lineups, that was like, oh man, there might be something here. And I think the other thing kind of relates to Jose, right? Yeah. Is just like affecting people's day. Like seeing people trust me to cut their hair. Some of my family members were sending me like my cousins were sending me their kids, so my second cousins. Some other friends were sending me their kids to cut, and I would just practice on them, and I was like, oh man, they're liking the work. So I feel like that was like the aha moment, like, oh, okay, people actually like they're locked in. I'm their barber. Like it's crazy.
That's a good feeling, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I like that. That's actually. I think for me, I think having like my first return client, like I just thought, like, wow, you liked it. Like, not that I guess the second guessing myself, but like I didn't mess up too bad, I guess.
Like they came back.
You came back. Oh man, you sure?
Like, you didn't get your eyes checked.
And then yeah, it was a good feeling like when you know when clients tell you like, hey, you're my guy, you're my dude,
Right.
you're my barber. And I was like, oh man, like it's so nice to hear that. Just because, um, I mean, yeah, there's so many other great barbers, but they decide to like, invest in us, in me. So seeing that, and then seeing that grow throughout the months, years, and I think what really hit me once when we started opening up our own shop, like, oh man, this is it. It's happening now. Like, because there was a point when I was cutting hair, I kind of paused it, and I went. My dad had a trucking company, and at that time, he needed a driver. So, um, yeah, I decided to pause barbering. Like, I was like, oh man, I don't know if this is for. I mean, I like it. I just wasn't busy, and I went to drive for my dad for a couple weeks, and I said, oh man, this is not for me. The money was good at the time, but then I wasn't happy. So then I went back to cutting hair. And then that's when the idea of like wanting to open up a shop started coming. Like, this is it. Like, I think
Those
this
ideas
is
started
it.
coming.
Yeah. So that was like those two.
Yeah, that was funny what Marcus said too. It's funny how the people they bring in they kids first, they get cut. Okay, if he did this right here, okay, now I feel good. I'm gonna go in next time.
That's true. Yeah, they're using the kids are the guinea pigs.
Right, that is so
Yeah.
funny to me. So if y'all watching, we understand. It's good. It's all right.
Exactly.
So what do you think defines a successful barber? The shop, the skill, or the impact?
I feel like personally the impact. I feel like probably all three of us would say the same. But the reason why I say that is because I've cut at a shop where the barber was his skill. It wasn't horrible, but it was mediocre compared to everybody else on the roster at the shop. But his impact though was crazy because he remembered like every detail about your life, and your mom was in the hospital, and the job interview, and like, and his chair was full. And I remember being new at that shop. I had just moved to Sacramento, and I'm like looking at this cat like, I know I can cut better than him. Like, how's he? He was more established than me, and I wasn't hating, but I was just like, you're sitting there and you're like, dang, how's he keeping a full chair when I'm looking at these cuts? But it wasn't. But it wasn't about the cuts though. I mean, partially, and they weren't bad. It just like he knows who I'm talking about because we used to work together. So anyway,
Don't look at the camera. It's not me though.
no, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. But it was just the impact. Like he affected people's lives where they felt like a connection with him, and that taught me something. That it wasn't just about the skill or the shop, the environment. It was like the personal interest that he showed, and I'll never forget that. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much the same. The impact. the relationship you establish with your client, the conversation, the like all of that's so major. The haircut could be a 8, a 7, but if you have that impact, that relationship with them, to the client's a 10.
Oh, for sure.
To the client is above a 10, and they love it. They're comfortable, and yeah, they look forward to the next haircut.
Mm-hmm.
The impact for sure.
Yeah, can't wait to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like he said, the impact, because you know, having a good looking shop like this is definitely a plus. But like they all mentioned, they come for you, for the barber, and I've seen that personally where, circumstances over the years, if I've had to cut at home for a minute, and when I had my kids, in my garage with a lawnmower next to them, so the environment itself, they didn't care. They wanted have
They wanted you.
conversations with me,
Mhm.
get the haircut from me. You know, myself, I don't think I'm the best barber in the world, but I give my best at every haircut I do. And so I think that was what draws at least my clients to me. I think to a lot of barbers. And so the impact that we have on the community, on people, individuals, I think is huge.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. I probably think that all four of us would say, I don't think I'm the best barber in the,
Right.
because we looking at Instagram and YouTube and stuff, and woo, they be cutting, but the skill, like with the impact, they may not have it. Yeah, so
I feel like kind of like just to piggyback on what Jose was saying was like, uh, I feel like if your client thinks you're the best, that's all that really matters.
that's what matters. Yeah,
Like, you know, in their minds, they're like, you're my guy. And then when you go out of town or you're sick, they might sit in somebody else's chair to get taken care of. But as soon as you're back, they're back.
Mhm.
So that's priceless.
So what's something people don't see that comes with ownership or independence?
Well, I mean, for me, owning my own shop, and then also now being just a booth renter, also kind of got to see both ends of it. And some clients, some older gentlemen, I would come in and they'd be waiting there for 15 minutes, and they're like, "Oh, finally coming to work, huh?" Meanwhile, I was running all around town getting shop supplies, bank runs, and I'm like, "Well, I was working, believe me."
Right.
And so it's a lot of that stuff that they don't see, or even when you get home, scheduling your clients, or moving things around, or doing cleaning the shop for the next day. You work an 8-hour day, but then
After that and
after
before,
that and before,
yeah.
you're still working. So um, I think they don't see that. And then even with owning and with independent contractor working for yourself, there's no pay time off. there's if you're sick, you're sick, and you're just not making any money. And people don't get that, or they're like, "Oh, why can't you just take a week off?" Well, I could, but I won't be eating for a little bit for the next week.
Right.
So just little things like that, having to save, and just a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people don't see when you own your own business, or you have to be in control of your own time and finances.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Mhm.
I think that people need to hear that. Yeah,
For sure. Yeah, I agree 100%. Like I was talking to a client recently about that, just how he was saying like how entrepreneurship is put on a pedestal these days, especially on social media. Cause it's like if you ain't an entrepreneur, if you ain't out here getting it, you're not doing nothing. It's like, man, there's some beauty in like 9 to 5, some security in like us being in Sacramento, being a state worker. Like there's some beauty in that. A lot of it
right.
because of the security. Like it's really hard to get fired from the state or to lose your job. Like the benefits, and so like it's glamorized, this entrepreneurship life, and it's dope. I personally wouldn't change it for nothing because I enjoy the freedom, but it does come with its own cost. There's pros and cons to both sides.
Mhm.
So I would tell, it's not all roses and butterflies. you know, there's some struggle, there's grind
Mm-hmm.
out the mud
Mhm.
sometimes, you know.
Insecurity.
Yep. Yep. Imposter syndrome.
You said what?
Imposter syndrome.
Ooh.
Where it's like you, even if there's success, sometimes you feel like, am I worthy of it? Kind of like when you said insecurity made me think of that, because sometimes like when we raise our prices, I'll be thinking in my head like, dang, are we not necessarily are we worth it, but like will they keep coming back?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that insecurity or that imposter syndrome, like, okay, we're trying to level up, but are we really like there yet? Instead of being like, no, like being confident, like, okay, just see. But that's the thing, it's a risk. It's always like the ship as an entrepreneur or ownership or whatever, it's like it rises and falls with us. Like every decision that we make, from the errands, like you said, in the morning to doing social media at night once you get home or whatever it is, it all is like us. Yeah. So that's the thing.
Yeah. I think one thing that people don't see is, yes, we're barbers, and yes, we have a shop, but they forget the other hats that we have to wear: the marketing part, the posting, the photographers, videographers, accountant, um, relationships with the shops, the barbers, making sure like the vibe is going well. All that you don't see that. Like people don't see that. They just see photos and videos of us cutting here 8 to 10 hours. But all the other hats is it's after hours. So, people don't see that sometimes they could get a really wrong impression like we're promoting the grind. But in reality, this is what everybody does. Like if you have 9 to 5, somebody's doing that for you.
Right.
Somebody's marketing for you to have a job. Somebody's
so-
marketing photos and videos for to have a job. We had to do all of that aside from cutting hair. So yeah, people want like Marcus said, I wouldn't change it for anything. I love it, but it has definitely taught me how to keep balance for sure. But yeah, I think the other hats we have to wear along, being an entrepreneur and a barber.
Mhm.
It's funny because like a couple days ago, he said it best. He's like, he calls me Merv. He's like, Merv, he said, think about it, with therapists, videographers, barbers, accountant, like all the things you just mentioned. And he's like, the funny thing is, we only get paid for one. What's the harsh reality? We get paid for one. I wanted to go home and cry. Dang. But all that trickles down into the barbering. But it was just, that was facts. I was like, dang.
That's what my wife said. She was like, man, they need to pay you for therapy too. I'm like,
Facts.
what keeps you grounded when things get stressful? That's some meditation right there.
The money.
Somebody just record this one.
Nah, keep that in there. Make sure you keep
You guys can go. I gotta think about it.
No, I would say definitely family. I mean, I know these are cliche answers, but family, faith,
Mhm.
and just being truthful with myself, like therapy is something. Just because I feel like when you're pouring so much out into other people, uh, we gotta take care of ourselves too. So that's something that I'm learning to be just, hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. Like I gotta take care of myself, because if I don't, I'm like, my jar is empty.
Mhm.
I gotta fill back up just with every other responsibility that we have in our lives, on top of having a business where you're low-key carrying the load of other people. Whether it's just the load of like, dang, you going out of town again? I needed my haircut because I got a wedding next week. That stays, like, sometimes that stays with me where like, dang, I'm kind of letting my client down, or now I gotta arrange for him to find a barber. To like the big issues of maybe you're helping them with something major in their life, or just even a listening ear. So like, but how can you continuously do that at work, then go home, be with family, then friends, et cetera, without. So, sorry, I kind of went on a tangent, but I
No,
would
that's
say
good.
definitely I'm learning to take care of myself so I can take care of others. And I think just definitely family and friends being a support. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of piggyback off of that. Definitely my family. You know, you can have 12, 13, 14 clients a day and different personalities. And then you come home or on the drive home, you're just like, why am I doing this? Purposely sitting behind the chair, having to deal with all that sometimes. But then I walk in and I see my beautiful wife, my 2 kids, and the life that we built. And I'm like, okay,
It's worth it.
it was worth it.
Mhm.
And that stressful day maybe was worth it. That little picky client that I had, like, yeah, I'll cut him again. 2 weeks, I'll see. I'll do it gladly again. So just constantly reminding yourself the reasons why you're doing what you're doing, and again, kind of goes back to the impact you have on the community, and then the impact that you're having on your family itself too. It's the scope is so broad, so I think that's why I really enjoy barbering.
Yeah, for me, I would say watching my dad. He had his company. He had multiple drivers, and things didn't always go well or as planned. But he always did it like I would. He always found the time to take us out as family and just enjoying like trips here and there. We would go out. So for me, just going out. I mean, going to getting home to my wife and just uh, yeah.
I like what y'all said though, because we all have a life outside of the shop. We're
Mhm.
people, so we got wives. You guys got kids?
No.
No.
No. So we got kids. They deserve their time. There's other things that we got to do that we hold at a higher priority. So it can be hard sometimes,
Mhm.
but that high priority keeps us grounded though. Pretty sure y'all agree with that one. What's one situation that taught you more than any class or mentor ever could?
So there was I think it was my second year, or going into my second year of barbering professionally, and I think I had started cutting early. I was about to skip lunch, and one of those clients said, "Hey, can you take me?" And I did. And I don't know if it was a combination of me trying to get out of there so I can go eat, or just not being focused, but I will say I didn't give my best haircut to him. And so, he paid. We all walked out. We walked to a sandwich shop in that little shopping center. And I came back and he was sitting in another chair in the shop getting fixed, his haircut fixed. And it was kind of that awkward walk where he's like, "Oh, like, hey, like, hey." But he still came back to me after that, and realizing that he understood. He's like, "Hey, you know what? I probably cut in on your lunchtime. I could tell you weren't focused. Like, yeah, it wasn't the best you've given me, but I want to give you another chance." And so again, that client connection, I realized was really important, because we would laugh, I joke around with him, and that to me was what I think kept him coming back to me, because I think we've gotten our fair share of bad haircuts ourselves, and it's like, yeah, we'll be cool, but you're not gonna touch my hair again. But the fact that he still came back and trusted me again was huge. And so just realizing that we can still make mistakes but improve ourselves, and keep those clients around is big.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I like that story. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Like for some of our barbers, we only have one that's like really new or newer, less than a year. But that's a great story. Um, I would say for myself, a situation. I think now us being in a new space of being shop owners and having a, because before we were owners of the shop, but it was just me and him in a little suite. Now we have a team of
8.
8 total, so 6 outside of me and Fernando, me and Nacho, and so I would say the situation that helped me learn a lot was my first shop here in Sacramento. I preface this by saying that to this day, I'm super grateful for the opportunity that that shop owner gave me. Nacho worked at that shop at the time, so he spoke on my behalf, said my boy's moving out here from New York. Can he get a job? The guy gave me a job. I was there for my first year here in Sacramento. Always will be grateful. However, here's the asterisk.
Get your popcorn.
Yeah, let's go to the point. Let's see the footnote. Let's the fine print. But the biggest thing was beautiful shop. He brought something different to this particular neighborhood in Sacramento, an elevated experience, great business mind. But the biggest thing, he didn't know how to work with people and manage people. We have 5 stars on Yelp.
Mm-hmm.
Great team. We all got along with the barbers pretty well. No fights or anything. But one by one, we all just bounce. Deuces. From being cussed out to to staff meetings where it was like being kind of low-key pitted against one another. He said, like he would plant seeds of doubt where now I'm looking at Marty like, did you tell him? You know, like stuff like that. So the biggest lesson that I think I've learned is like now I'm in a position of being a mentor, a shop owner, etc. I would never want one of our guys to feel that way. So I'm glad that I went through that because it taught me like what not to do. But we also learned some good things from him. Like his branding was on point. So like even certain small things like this logo on our shirts. Man, our smocks had his logo. Like so there was like you could always learn something from everybody. But yeah, that was an experience that helped, and he helped me in more ways than he'll ever know. And he gave me my first opportunity here. So
Yeah. It's true the same way. When I walked in as an apprentice, he's like, "You looking for somewhere to cut?" I was like, "Yeah, I am." He did ask me to bring someone to cut. I did. He's like, "All right, you can start next week." But yeah, his branding, marketing skills were on point. Like Mark had mentioned, definitely learned a lot. People skills not so good. But yeah, having our team now, our barbers, our people that work with us, is something that definitely we wake up to knowing like, okay, how can we look at their schedule like, okay, so and so, let's see what we could get. Whoever calls, whoever shows up, let's try to evenly put, fill up their schedule. So always being there to help our barbers.
take
Finding a
care of
way.
them. Yeah, what they say, take care of your people, they'll take care of you. Right? It's really it's simple. I mean, it's a lot of work involved, but it's such a simple concept, and I think seeing his downfall with that, and I don't want to harp on him, but typically when that happens, then shop closes or you lose staff, and it's like, man, you had it though.
Right. You had that one missing piece.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So you could say that's what like propelled you guys for like that the impact that we talked about before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
You put that missing piece in there.
Right. Well,
So we talked about, man, it was 4 points in here, but we hit them already. So
there was one thing
Yeah,
I
go ahead,
wanted to mention along with the handle mistakes in business or behind the chair, and it kind of relates to his story. That's why I really liked it because like it was a vulnerable story. Like, hey, I messed up, and it happens. I have several of those myself, mess ups in certain ways. I would say 2 things that when I was looking at this earlier. One quick one for like newer barbers: if you mess up, and it's a fixable mess up, try to fix it without the client knowing. And that sounds horrible.
No,
That's real talk. Like I've literally, there have been times where maybe it's not a bald patch, but it's lower than the rest. Cause I don't know, like I had to lever up too high or I don't know. But if you can finesse it to where that person, someone told me they said a sign of a good barber is somebody that can work his way out of a mistake. And it might be a small mistake, but as long as that person thinks it's a good cut and you did it right, hey, like, so I say that because it's going to happen at some point. But I would say if it's a legit mess up, like one time talking to the client, we're chopping it up, I forgot to put the guard back on. The guy was probably his hair was probably my length on top. And I was supposed to probably have a 5 or 6 on there. No guard. Hole.
Like
Into
barbershop.
his fro. Alex.
like barbershop.
Yeah, exactly. Just like barbershop, bro.
You show one side of the head.
Bro.
How this side look?
So one thing that I learned from that is I'm upfront. At that point, I am upfront and honest. I told him, I was like, Alex, bro. And he was a longtime client of mine. I said, you will walk out with a great cut today, but it will not be the cut you wanted. And I've had to say that maybe 3 times over my career, which I feel like is a decent ratio. But I would say being at that point, you want to be open and honest. And then, like, I gave him a free cut that day.
Oh, that's
I told him to come back next week because I had to cut it down. It wasn't bald, but it was like a low brush cut, from a fro to a low brush cut. I told him, come back next week. I'll line it up. I maybe gave him 2 lineups on top of that. But just trying to make it right. Like, people give you a lot of grace, and that's why I like your stories, because people give you a lot of grace.
if you're honest.
If you're honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. If you're honest. And one thing I learned in customer service is, like, they say, people don't want to hear excuses. They just want to hear solutions. Like, things might go wrong when we order our food at the restaurant, but we want to know how they're going to fix it. You going to give me something off my bill?
Mm-hmm.
Is the chef going to come out and make an apology? Like, all that smooths it over, and we're like, oh, okay, I'll come back here. But if they don't handle it right, we would not come back.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's the same with us. It's like, that's one thing that I've learned. And that's why your story hit hard, because it happens, So
we end up getting a horseshoe fade. You seen that, right? Yeah.
the horseshoe. What is that?
That's it on Instagram.
Oh, the boosie?
Yeah.
Oh, the high?
It's like, yeah, pretty much. Just dark on the front, but everything else
The south side.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's a name. What's the name?
I've maybe people from Texas call it the
Yeah, it's in
horseshoe.
Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, super popular.
How has the barber industry changed since you started?
I'll go. Oh, go ahead.
Like, no, you go.
Yeah. Man, where do I start? Okay, how do I say this? A lot of young barbers have really, really good talent.
They do.
Barbers, these young barbers are getting really, really good
Mhm.
at a really good pace. Really, the only thing that I've been seeing, I think we could all agree, but like, is sometimes how they present themselves at work with the flip flops, with the shorts, and it's kind of like, back in barbering early days, barbers were seen just as high as a doctor, a surgeon, and fast forward to today, man, we should also be seen that at that level as well. So I think what has changed, maybe, I don't want to sound judgmental, but also like recently I had somebody ask me, hey, what helped you grow as a business, as a barber, or what helped your business? And honestly, one of the things that was major key, like that I thought, like, I didn't put too much thought into it, but once I started doing it, is dressing, being professional, being presentable to our business,
Mhm.
being proud of what have, being proud of the barber, and I think that definitely changed. It was a huge impact. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
They take you more seriously too.
they do. So that's one of the things. Yeah.
Good point.
But these young barbers are good. They're nice.
Oh, they
They're
good.
really, really nice. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you curve that? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I need to take a class from them.
For real.
Yeah.
Right. I would kind of to kind of add to that as well. One thing I noticed is a lot of young barbers are going straight to a suite now.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is dope because you can go straight into like your business ownership. Not only do you have a square within a shop that you're renting, but now I got my own like little room. I can decorate it. That's dope. I think it's great. However, pros and cons to everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? The con is you don't you might not have if you don't have the people skills, the how to work with coworkers, how to just navigate certain things, structure of a
Mm-hmm.
business. Like even the first guy that I worked with in Sacramento, he had structure, he had expectations, like all that helped. All that helps. So when you're in a shop, sometimes that you need that. And if you're by yourself, you have less people to mentor you to help bring you along. Not speaking about all the young barbers or even people that are our age that are getting into it, like, and they go straight into a suite. I'm not talking about everybody, but I think that's the disadvantage to going straight into the suite arrangement because the experience you get by being in a structured environment, even if it's unstructured and it's chaos in there, then you're gonna learn again. You're gonna learn lessons to be like, okay, now when I get my suite, I know what I don't want to do.
Right.
But you kind of got to get down and dirty a little bit, in my opinion.
So let me get this. So like for the barbers that's gonna be listening, so you're saying before going to a suite, it would be good to get structured with having people skills first before moving in.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Kind of like learning how the barber